Hello everyone, welcome back to your physics class. I hope you all are good. In the previous videos, we have completed the revision of first three chapters. Today we will start the next chapter, that is chapter 4, light energy. So in this chapter we will study about light energy and the reflection of light, mirrors, primary and secondary colors. So let's start with the first topic, that is reflection of light. So before studying reflection of light, here is the term light energy that we already know. As we know, light energy is the form of energy which gives the sensation of light, or we can see that this is the form of energy which helps us to see the objects around us, that is known as light energy. But the question here is that how we can see the objects around us with the help of light energy. So this is due to the reflection of light. The answer here is that due to the reflection of light we are able to see the objects around us, because when a ray of light strikes on an object or on any surface, then it will get reflected or bounced back from that surface and it enters the viewer's eyes or the person's eyes, and in this way a person can see the objects around him or her. For example, here we have taken a situation in which a ray of light is coming from a sun. As we know, sun is the universal source of light. So a ray of light is coming from the sun and it is falling on an object, that is here is tree. So, and after falling on the tree, it will bounce back from the tree and enters into the viewer's eyes. That means the light coming from the sun after striking the tree enters into the person's eyes, and in this way the person can see the object or the tree around him or her. So this phenomena in which a ray of light after striking from a surface bounces back is known as reflection of light, or the bouncing back of light after striking a surface is known as reflection of light. So because of this bouncing of back of light we are able to see the objects around us. So this phenomena is known as reflection of light. This is the definition of reflection of light. We can see many of the examples of reflection of light in our daily life. For example, we see ourselves in the mirror, and that means we see a reflection in the mirror, and that reflection is also known as image. Similarly, if we see ourselves in the calm water of the pond or the water in the tub and in the polished steel utensils, then we can also see our image. Why we can see our image in that type of calm water and polished steel utensils? Because there occurs a phenomena known as reflection of light, because these objects can reflect light. That means here we can observe our image. So image can be seen only due to the reflection of light. For example, if we consider the reflection of rays of light coming from sun from the earth surface. For example, this is the earth surface, and a ray of light, as we know, number of rays of light will come from the sun. So here we have drawn one ray of light, and when a ray of light is coming from the sun, then it will strike the earth surface, and after striking it will bounce back, and this phenomena is known as reflection of light. This is known as the incident ray, this is known as the reflected ray. So due to this bouncing back of the light, reflection will occur. Next is mirror. As we know, all objects reflect light, but not up to the same extent that a mirror can reflect. Some objects reflect most of the light falling on them, but some objects reflect half of the light falling on them, and there are some objects which reflect only a few % of light that is falling on that object, or they are absorbing most of the light. Because when light falls on any object, then some part of it is absorbed and some is reflected by the object. But mirror is that in which light is reflected up to the most, or we can say that maximum light is reflected by the mirror. So mirror is the perfect reflector. Why? because it reflects most of the light falling on it, and it doesn't absorb light. And the third one, it does not allow light to penetrate or pass through it, because लाइट है जो अब्जॉर्ब भी नहीं, बहुत कम अब्जॉर्ब हो रही, या तो हम ये बोलेंगे कि अब्जॉर्ब नहीं हो रही है या बहुत कम अब्जॉर्ब हो रही है, और लाइट इज नॉट पासिंग थ्रू द मिरर, इट इज नॉट पासिंग फ्रॉम वन पार्ट टू द अदर पार्ट or one side to the other side, and it is reflecting most of the light. The same reason is here, so that's why mirror is the perfect reflector. So how a mirror is manufactured? For manufacturing a mirror, a thin clear glass sheet is taken, and after that one side of that clear glass sheet is coated with a thin film of metal, that can be silver or aluminium. After that, a paint which is made of red lead oxide is applied to protect the erosion of the silver or aluminium film. So as to protect the silver or aluminium film from erosion or from eroding, a paint is made that is of red lead oxide on that side of the mirror, which is coated with the metal like silver and aluminium. So in this way a mirror is manufactured. Mirrors are of many types, like mirrors can be flat or these can be curved. Flat mirror is that which is present in our homes, like a plain mirror, that is known as plain mirror. But there are other mirrors also which are known as curved mirrors or spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors are again of two types, concave mirrors and second is convex mirror. So these are the two types of mirrors. Next is the reflection from a plane mirror. Here we are studying about a mirror, so we will study the reflection from a plane mirror. So reflection, we have defined that it is a bouncing back of light when a ray of light is falling and after striking it will come back. So this is known as reflection of light. But we can also define reflection of light as the phenomena in which the ray of light bounces back or it falls on a smooth or a polished surface like a mirror, because mirror is a smooth and polished surface. So when ray of light falls on it, it will also bounce back in the same medium, and that phenomena is known as the reflection of light. Now next we will see that how reflection occurs from a plane mirror. So here you can see, this is the plane mirror. This is a plane mirror AB. From here is a source of light. From any source of light, a ray of light is coming and falling on the mirror. So this ray of light is known as incident ray, and that incident ray is named as MO. Here O is the point of incidence. This is known as the point of incidence. What is the point of incidence? The point at which the incident ray falls on the reflecting surface of the plane mirror is known as the point of incidence. Then after falling on the reflecting surface of the plane mirror, it gets reflected into the same medium, and that ray is known as the reflected ray. Here ON is the reflected ray. And this is the normal. Normal is just a straight line drawn perpendicular to the plane mirror, that is known as the normal. And the angle between the incident ray and the normal is known as angle of incidence, which is represented by angle I, and the angle between the reflected ray and normal is known as angle of reflection, which is represented by angle R. So here, this is a plane mirror, but these lines, or which the lines on the side on which these lines are made, that side is the coated surface of mirror, which is coated with the metal like silver or aluminium. But this surface is the reflecting surface of mirror. The upper surface, this upper surface is known as the reflecting surface, because from the reflecting surface the reflection will take place. So that's why it is known as the reflecting surface. So this is the phenomena of reflection of light in case of a plane mirror, because plane mirror is a very smooth and highly polished surface. So this is the ray diagram representing the reflection of light from a plane mirror. So I hope all the terms are clear to you. Again we will see these terms one by one and we will define these. First is the plane. Plane, you also have learnt in mathematics that it is a flat or two-dimensional surface. Flat and two-dimensional surface is known as plane. Second is the ray. Ray is just the straight line drawn, that is known as the ray, or we can say that the path of light from a point source of light in a particular direction is represented by an arrow line, that is known as the ray of light. This is known as the ray of light, like here we have drawn the rays. Next is the incident ray. As I have already explained, the ray of light that is falling on the mirror is known as the incident ray. Here this ray of light is falling on the mirror, and it is also coming from any point source of light. Here we can consider any point source of light, and it is coming from that, and from this ray is known as the incident ray. Here MO is the incident ray. Next is the point of incidence. I have already explained the point where the incident ray strikes or falls is known as the point of incidence. Next is normal. Normal is the straight line drawn perpendicular to the reflecting surface is known as the normal. So PO here is the normal. Next is angle of incidence. The angle between the incident ray, this is incident ray and this is normal, is known as the angle of incidence. And next is the angle of reflection. The angle between the reflected ray and the normal is known as angle of reflection. So these are the terms which are related to the reflection of light. Next we will study about two types of reflection, because reflection can be regular or irregular. Regular reflection is also known as specular reflection, and irregular reflection is also known as diffuse reflection. So what is regular reflection? Regular reflection is that when a ray of light is reflected from a surface, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Here you can see, and there are three rays of light, or we can draw a number of rays of light. These rays of light are these are striking on the mirror or any plane surface, or which is known as smooth surface. These are parallel to each other, and after reflection these are again going parallel to each other. It means the angles of incidence and angle of reflection of the mirror of the three rays will be same. So this type of reflection is known as regular reflection, and regular reflection will occur only on the smooth surfaces, because in the smooth surfaces there will be no projections or depressions. So that's why the regular reflection will occur in this case. Here you can see the incident rays are coming parallel to each other, and after reflection these are also going parallel. So that's why this type of reflection is known as regular reflection. So regular reflection results in a clear or sharp image, and the reflection of light from a plane mirror is also an example of regular reflection. Next is the irregular or diffuse reflection. Irregular or diffuse reflection takes place on a rough surface. On a rough surface there can be some projections or depressions. These are termed as projections and these are termed as depressions. So due to the projections and depressions on this in the surface, the reflection that is occurring, that might not be regular, because when a ray of light, when parallel rays of light are incident or striking on this rough surface, then due to the projections or depressions they will reflect at different angles. But thus for the same ray the angle of incidence and angle of reflection will remain the same. As we have learnt, we will next we will read the laws of reflection. So for laws of reflection, the first law of reflection is that the angle of incidence will always equal to the angle of reflection. This angle of incidence will always equal to the angle of reflection wherever reflection is going to or taking place. So in the regular reflection the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. If we draw a normal in between these, then the angle of incidence of a particle ray will be equal to the angle of reflection, and in this case also the angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of reflection for a particular ray. But if we talk about the different rays, then the angles at which these rays are reflecting will be different. For the three rays these will be different. Why? Because of the projections and depressions in the rough surface. So this type of the reflection is known as the irregular or diffuse reflection. And diffuse reflection is the reason that why we can't see reflections on regular objects. For example, if we talk about mirror and stone, mirror we can also see, and stone we can also see, but what is the difference? In mirror we can see our image, but in stone we can't see our image. Why? Because mirror is a highly polished or smooth surface, but stone is that which is we can consider as a rough surface, or in that we can say that diffuse reflection will take place. So that's why diffuse reflection will give blurred images depending on how rough or smooth the surface area. More the roughness of the surface, more will be the blurred image, and if the surface is highly smooth, then it will be very clear and sharp image made by the regular surface. So I hope these concepts are clear to you. Thank you.